Okay. So yesterday organic chemical analysis, now it is inorganic chemical analysis. What are the inorganic components present in the organism? So it is also one type of destructive method only. Organic chemical analysis, grinding, crushing, that is also one type of destruction. So this is also a destructive method. It is not a constructive method. This is also one type of destruction. What is that? Destruction method. So take 100 grams of, for example, only 100 grams of tissue. That is a fresh weight of that one, fresh weight. What is the fresh weight? Fresh weight is equal to wet weight. Wet means water, particularly water. Wet weight plus remaining weight. Dry weight, collectively called as a fresh weight. Okay, wait. I need some space. Visible now? So we took 100 grams of a tissue. That is a fresh weight. Fresh weight is having water weight and remaining dry organic, inorganic nutrients present in our body. So now it is subjected to dehydration. During dehydration, maximum amount of water removed. Okay, so almost wet weight gone. Okay, so now the tissue is, for example, 60 grams, for example only, or less than that. 40 grams I am taking, for example only, 40 grams. And now it is subjected to burn it. During burning, carbon is oxidized, means a decarboxylation. During burning, one, decarboxylation, and remaining water also, dehydration. Here both are taking place. In the first case only dehydration. In the second case, during burning, decarboxylation, carbon is oxidized and removed in the form of CO2, decarboxylation, and remaining water also. If any moisture is present, in the form of vapor, removed. And remaining one is ash, budida. This is well known to you. Okay, in that ash, a number of inorganic components were traced out. Magnesium, okay, next potassium, particularly calcium, sulfur, and other inorganic nutrients, phosphorus. Okay, so that is about various types of inorganic nutrients they traced out. So here the comparison is in between what are the inorganic components present in earth crust. Means 100 grams of soil compared with 100 grams of animal tissue. In your textbook, 2-3 boxes given, CNR raw chemical analysis. Wait, hang on. 1 minute, hang on. I will show you that. Wait, hang on. Wait. Okay, so in this case, wait. Yeah, this one. Okay. Wait. Wait, I am rotating. Wait. Okay, yeah. So this is a inorganic chemical analysis by C.N.R. Rao. Okay, chemistry department, University of Hyderabad. Okay, so according to this, see what about the analysis? The comparison is in between abundance of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, sodium, calcium. If we observe regarding percentage, there is no difference in type of the inorganic nutrient. The difference is a quantity of that one, percentage, amount only. For example, earth crust, soil, same amount of soil, same amount of human tissue. Hydrogen 0.14%. And what about in the case of human body? 0.5%. So definitely hydrogen is very less in soil. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, both are less in the soil generally. Rich in more in the case of human body. See, observe the percentage.
Sir, sulfur also, sir. Sulfur also less in human body.
వస్తారా బాబు నేను కార్బన్ ఆక్సిజన్ హైడ్రోజన్ దగ్గర ఉన్నా వస్తా 1 by 1. Nitrogen, but nitrogen except nitrogen remaining almost all except nitrogen and silicon, human body is having highest percentage of concern. Rest of the things are particularly nitrogen and silicon is more in the case of soil. So according to NEET examination, they will ask you this one under the heading match the following. So you should remember these percentages. Try to remember how to remember. Okay. Right. Next one. According to inorganic chemical analysis, one more chart is given. Yes, wait. What about the formula? Sodium. According to analytical chemistry, with the help of analytical chemistry, we can prepare the formula and the structure of that one also. Sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, water, and other components, whatever it is, salts also. So here we are studying different kinds of organic and inorganic nutrients. What is the use of studying these? As a doctor, you should know biological references. If you observe, if you check, for example, lab report, if you check lab report, they will give you biological reference and quantity present in the patient body. So on the base of that, you will write some medicine to the concerned patient. Sodium levels, potassium levels out of inorganic nutrients, out of organic compounds, hemoglobin percentage, and other proteins also. So this type of organic and inorganic chemical analysis is very important for medical students. So you should aware of that. Okay. And by studying this one, definitely we can repair, we can cure various kinds of diseases. Okay. So that is about so-called organic and inorganic chemical analysis. And one more thing, for example, if we plan to obtain a pure form of DNA or RNA or protein, we need different kinds of techniques, chemical analysis techniques, or purification techniques, chromatographic techniques. So various techniques are there, and a centrifugation technique. Okay, so with the help of techniques, definitely we can isolate a pure form of particular chemical component. Okay, right? So if we are having such knowledge industrially, synthetically, we can produce concerned chemical that will be useful for controlling plant, animal disease, and other things. Take the screenshot. Take it. Okay. So that is about organic and inorganic chemical analysis. So in first year, we have to study what are the organic compounds. Here we did two things. Organic chemical analysis, inorganic chemical analysis. In first year, in our chapter, they discussed organic compounds, biomolecules. And we have to discuss inorganic nutrients, calcium, potassium, boron, molybdenum, zinc, chlorine, nickel in second year only. That comes under inorganic chemical analysis. So what about according to organic chemical analysis? What are the organic compounds given in our textbook? First one is the most important one, a biomolecule, that is amino acid. First one given in our textbook. So what are the organic compounds which are very essential for our body? So first one, they explained amino acids. Amino acids are very, very important or not? They are involved in the construction of protein which in turn is involved in the construction of the body. So amino acids. In your textbook, first amino acids they explained. After that lipids, and one by one we will see amino acids. So these are the organic compounds, organic acids. That is one type of organic acid. So what about the role of first importance of amino acid? We should know about it. So amino acids they are involved in, they are required for the synthesis of proteins, and they are enzymes also. Such proteins are enzymes also. Okay, so to produce a protein or enzyme, compulsory amino acids are mandatory. So what is a protein? Protein is a polymer of a chain of polymer of amino acids. For example, amino acid 1, methionine, for example only, methionine. Bond, some bond, we will see what is that bond later, not now. Okay, methionine, glycine, serine, okay, and like that, so many. Phenylalanine, glycine, bond, phenylalanine, like that. So many amino acids are linked together. So to synthesize a protein, so-called amino acids mandatory or not? So there is a need to study amino acid, as they are the building blocks of the protein. Protein is also called as a polypeptide. We will see that one under the heading protein. Now take the amino acid. And what about a basic formula, empirical formula? What about the basic formula of or structure of, basic structure of formula, basic structure better you take. What about the structure of amino acid? Okay, so amino acids are substituted methanes. Substituted methane. What is methane? Carbon, valency position 4, occupied by 4 hydrogen atoms, CH4. That is methane. This one is methane. So converted into alpha amino acid. What is that one? Carbon atom, COOH, carboxylic group, acidic group, and amino group, basic, and R, alkyl group, variable, and hydrogen atom. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Out of 4 substituents, 3 are replaced by amino group, carboxyl group, and R group. R is alkyl, means variable alkyl group. Furtherly, chain elongation. R group may be represented by ethyl, methyl, and sulfur. Various compounds are there, we will discuss. Okay, so all these amino group, hydrogen, carboxyl group, and R group, they are attached to one first carbon atom, that is alpha carbon atom. As 4 are attached to same carbon atom, that is a first position carbon atom, alpha carbon atom, alpha carbon atom. As they are attached to alpha carbon atom, these amino acids are called as alpha amino acids. So alpha amino acids, alpha amino acids, alpha amino acids. Reason first carbon atom is alpha carbon, to which all these functional groups are attached. So generally, each amino acid is with one amino group. So each amino acid, each amino acid with one NH2 group, one COOH group. Okay, remember that one. One amino group, one carboxylic group. Okay, is it true? Is it clear? Take the screenshot. We'll see what are the other amino acids. Take the screenshot, please. Okay, completed. Now I'm erasing the board. Okay. Okay. So there are certain number of examples in your textbook. Are you getting the audio, video? Is it visible? Yeah, visible. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So first one, what about glycine? Glycine, amino acid, glycine. What about the formula and structure of this one? Carbon atom, alpha carbon atom, COOH, carboxyl group, and here it is a one amino group and a hydrogen. R group also hydrogen. Here R group also hydrogen. So it is a substituted methane, and in which only 2 hydrogen atoms replaced by NH2COH, remaining 2 are as it is. Here 1 hydrogen atom replaced by amino group, hydrogen atom replaced by carboxylic group. Here what about the number of carbon atoms? Carbon atoms, calculate the carbon atoms yourself. See 1, 2, number of carbon atoms, 2 carbons, and hydrogen atoms how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C2H5. Next, oxygens. 1, 2. Okay, 1 oxygen molecule. C2H5O2. So, glycine is constructed with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. inorganic nutrients. So
So
it is
nitrogen also.
yeah, nitrogen also. Yeah, very good. Nitrogen also. So constructed with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. So all these are inorganic components. Before this, we studied organic and inorganic chemical analysis. According to that, what we studied, all organic components made up of inorganic nutrients. See, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, these four are chemically binded. Okay, so that is about glycine.
Sir, glycine means what, sir?
Amino acid.
It's a type of amino acid.
Yes, glycine is one type of amino acid. Okay. Next. Second one in your textbook given one, valine. Okay, valine given in your textbook. 1 minute, hang on. 1 minute, hang on. 1 minute, hang on. One minute. So in your textbook, the given one is weight. Wait, hang on. 3 examples given, I think. One minute, hang on. That one biomolecule. Wait. To go for another book. One minute, hang on. Biomolecules, wait. Wait, yes. Get it. 3 examples given in your textbook. I'm searching for that. Alanine given actually. Wait, hang on. Alanine, not the valine. Alanine. Wait. Alanine. And the third one. And the serine. Yes. And R group also given. Methyl group. Hydroxymethyl. Okay. Methyl and hydroxymethyl. Okay. So alanine and serine given. What about alanine? Carbon, COOH as it is, NH2 hydrogen. It is a methyl group, CH3. Okay, methyl. So here, what about the number of carbon atoms? In this case, carbon number 1, 2, 3, C3. Hydrogens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hydrogen atoms. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Oxygen 1, 2. One oxygen molecule. Next, nitrogen. Okay. So that is about a structure of alanine. So here R group is a CH3 methyl group. Next, serine. What about serine? Alpha amino acid. This one also. COOH as it is, NH2 as it is, and hydrogen. This one is a CH2OH, hydroxymethyl. Okay, so here carbon number C3, 1, 2, 3 carbon number, and hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here, what about the number? Here also 7. Next, oxygen. Next, nitrogen. There is no big difference, I think. But in this case, what about the number of hydroxyl groups? OH
So
groups.
3 oxygen.
Check it. Yeah, 3 oxygen. 3 oxygen. Okay, here 1 OH group. But in this case, how many hydroxyl groups are present? 1 and 2. Okay, right? So here R group is a variable group that may be hydrogen, CH3, CH2OH, or some other compound. You can take sulfur also. Cysteine, methionine, sulfur containing amino acids. Okay, take it, copy it. Okay, right? So like this, number of kinds of amino acids involved in the formation of various types of proteins, kinds of amino acids. 20 or 21 kind, both are correct. 20 or 21 kind. So number of kinds of amino acids which are usually involved in the formation of proteins. 20 or 21 kind. Okay. Next, what about nature of amino acid? So amino acids are either acidic amino acids. So best example for acidic amino acid is a glutamic acid. Glutamic acid, amino acid, acidic. Second one, basic amino acid. Basic amino acids. Oh. Lysine. Lysine. Okay, next, third one, neutral amino acid. Neutral amino acids. Valine. Okay, so recently they asked in NEET examination, recent NEET examination, one of the following is a neutral amino acid. Recent NEET. September 13 or 14, I think. 13 or 14 maybe. September month. First NEET examination. Easy question only. How to remember this one? ABN, Andhra Jyoti. ABN, Andhra Jyoti. Okay, with GLV. GLV, like satellite. Like satellite. Okay, remember like that. So that's about acidic, basic, neutral amino acids. Copy it.
Sir, have examples, sir, Ravi?
Yes. Glutamic acid, lysine amino acid, valine amino acid. Their
Ante
nature is
ఇంకుంటాయా సార్ ఇవి?
oh so many ఉన్నాయి, ఎందుకు అవసరం లేదు, సరిపోతుంది. సో మెనీ ఆర్ దేర్.
చాలా.
కెమిస్ట్రీలో ఉన్నాయి మీకు సెకండ్ ఇయర్లో. కెమిస్ట్రీలో డీటెయిల్డ్గా ఉంటుంది బయోమాలిక్యూల్స్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, కాపీ ఇట్. రైట్. Next. So actually, the nature and characteristics of amino acid depends on three factors. One, number of amino groups, NH2. Second one, carboxylic groups. Third one, R group. These three are able to decide nature of amino acid. Okay, right? Next, what about aromatic amino acids? Aromatic, scented, good smell, aromatic amino acids. What are they? Phenylalanine. It is organic chemistry. Phenylalanine, aromatic, good smell. Phenylalanine. Tryptophan. And tyrosine also. These are the aromatic amino acids. Okay, is it clear? Right? Today enough, and tomorrow we will complete amino acids. Slowly we will learn it, because it is organic chemistry, it will take time. Okay, tyrosine. And tomorrow we'll see what about a zwitterion. We'll see that one tomorrow, not today. Zwitterion is very important. We will discuss that one tomorrow. And hang on 1 minute, please. Take the screenshot, please. Hello, please hang on, please. Anybody please take the screenshot of students. Hello.
Taken, sir.
తీసావమ్మా?
తీసాను సార్.
ఒక్క నిమిషం, నేను కూడా తీసుకుంటాను. ఉండరా బాబు, ఎవడరా, పోకరా బాబు, కొంచెం నన్ను తీసుకొనిరా ప్లీజ్. వెయిట్ రా బాబు. తీసావమ్మా నువ్వు? నాకు పంపిస్తావా?
పంపిస్తా సార్.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్, పంపించమ్మా. ఓకే, బై, సీ యూ, విల్ మీట్ టుమారో. థ్యాంక్ యూ. హౌ మెనీ అటెండెడ్?
21.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
24 సార్ ఇంతకు.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఓకే, బై, సీ యూ.
ఓకే, బై.